Those of you that don't know me, and if you do, I'm sorry, you're going to hear it again. My name is John Villa. I'm the Executive Director here for the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy. I want to welcome you all here in this little momentous occasion that we have to say thank you to our neighbors that are behind me. AES. We've had a very long-standing relationship with AES, and we're going to talk about that and commemorate a recent grant we just received. So I wanted to start off by noting some of the people we have here. Mayor Gracie Vandermark, thank you very much for attending this. It looks like Mayor Pro Tem Pat couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have from Diane Dixon's office, if you can raise your hand. I just met you today, so I don't remember your name, sorry. That's Assemblymember Diane Dixon. We also have from Janet Nguyen's office. And Shannon, you're back there somewhere from the city office. I'd also like to introduce you to real quickly. We're not going to go through this. This is not all my speech, so thank you for that, or you're welcome. Chairman of my board, Dave Guido, is here. My vice chair, Ed Mountford, you're back here somewhere. There he is, Ed. The secretary for my board, Bill Wiseman, he's here as well. There's Bill. And we have our other board members, Angela, Dick Zemble, Brian Zitt. If you could just wave real quick. Thank you, guys. And for those of you who have not met this individual yet, you're going to see this person a lot more. She's very much a presence that helps me out in my everyday job. Sabina, my assistant director. Thank you. She's doing a great job, and I'm going to try to teach her all the good stuff, not the bad stuff. So we'll try to keep it going. Finally, our Huntington Beach ambassadors from the Huntington Beach Chamber of Commerce. We got a number of those here. Thank you, guys. We have some close working relationships with Moffitt and Nickel. Chris and Craig, you're back here as well. We're going to be talking a little bit about this project right here next to me, Newland Marsh. We have Giles from OC Public Works. Wait, Giles. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to write it down after I saw you guys come in. But I want to thank you all for being here. So, it's okay. So for those of you who don't know, our mission is restoring, protecting the wetlands of Huntington Beach. We recently changed that. Prior to the last 2 years, it's always been acquire, restore, and maintain. We can't do that any longer. We bought the last piece of property down here in southeast Huntington Beach that we can convert back to wetlands. That's here, the Newland Marsh. And with funding, with people who are like, with AES, with the State Coastal Commission, the Wildlife Conservation Board, we are able to do this, and we're also going to be able to go through and do the restoration. That is until rising sea level hits, and then there'll be lots of property over here we can buy. So today, our current partnership will help restore coastal wetlands. This is through the funding we have with AES. Provide educational opportunities, not just to youth and families. We're doing a lot of work with underserved communities, and we're also branching out to a lot of the tribal communities as well. Through their funding, it's going to help us restore Newland Marsh. So a few of you from local around here, this is the 44 acres right here at Beach and PCH that we're going to be converting over the next 2 to 3 years. We just started the permitting process with a contract we have with Moffitt and Nickel, and that's the big project we're going to be working on. We're also going to be doing some restoration at Talbot Marsh and Upper Magnolia Marsh with the assistance of AES. We're expanding our educational programs with underserved communities, Title I schools, also through generous grant from AES. So on behalf of HBWC, we just want to thank AES for all their work, all their assistance, and all their help. This is not a first-time thing with us in AES. AES has been working with us for decades. Ever since they took over from Southern California Edison and became our partner here to the north, they've been constantly working and helping us out. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that you may not be aware of. So we have these huge plants, that's all I'm going to say about them, and they're being cooled by what's called once-through cooling, which just basically takes ocean water, surrounds the turbines, cools them off, and then it goes back out to the ocean. As a result of the ones through cooling, we've been getting funding from AES for about a decade now through the ones through cooling process and the agreement we have with the California Energy Commission. But recently, you may not know that system really helped out our wetlands. So 2 years ago, we had an inlet closure that stopped the salt water from coming in. We worked with county, and they were able to put some pumps in our marshes to help aerate the water. As a result of the assistance the county did, we actually were able to stave off a lot of the fish dying off. But we had an issue because the pumps were becoming at the end of their maintenance cycle, and we needed to do something. So I contacted AES, sorry Waco, I know you're on the East Coast, hopefully you can hear this, and said, Waco, I know you have this holding tank over there. Can we throw a pump in there, maybe bring some water over your property into our property? And without flinching, he said, yes, let's see how we can make this happen. So we worked with Moffett and Nickel, we worked with the county, we worked with the state. We were able to get that in place. 2.2 million gallons of fresh seawater went into our marsh every day until we were able to breach the inlet and allow water to come in. Now, why did it take 5.5 months for that to happen? Because we have endangered species in our marshes and also across the way. And we couldn't bring in heavy machinery to clear out the inlet. So this is the innovative things we went through with the county and with the AES to make that happen. So again, if it wasn't for these relationships we have, especially with AES, we couldn't allow that to happen. They just really came to us in a pinch. Without a doubt, they spent a lot of money. We won't get into that much. I'll let you talk to Waco about that one. But it was with their friendship that they just said, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So with that, I wasn't going to go into a lengthy, but we have this great working relationship with AES. We hope it will continue. We're doing everything we can to make sure that happens. We've supported AES in their meetings with State Coastal Commission, the Energy Commission, the Water Board. They've done the same thing for us, and they are a very big supporter of the city. So with that, I would like to introduce Mark Miller. He's the California Marketing and Business Leader and the General Manager for AES to speak on behalf of AES. So Mark?
John's story is a great example of our historic collaboration and our presence here because, we are a dominant feature on the horizon. We know that. And our aim is, as you see, as I kind of talk through my speech a little bit, these are the types of things we find very important. This is part of our relationships that we try to build with not only the local community, the local authorities, other local businesses, and local governments to make sure that we are a sustainable and vital part of the local community, and our presence here is understood and accepted. So it's events like today, and it's a real great pleasure to be here to be able to kind of highlight that interaction as we celebrate, I would say, our continuing partnership with the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy through this program, our AES Coastal Enhancement Program. As John alluded to, my name is Mark Miller. I'm the AES California Market Business Leader, as well as our General Manager for our Southland facilities. So that would include not only the Huntington Beach facility, but the Alamitos facility. At AES, our mission is to accelerate the future of energy together. And when you think about that, there's two pieces. The together part really is what I just described. It's the relationships and the collaboration that we have with all the participating people, the communities, the authorities, partners, and our contractors to deliver a product that is vital to everything that we do in and out every day, that being electricity. But it's also accelerating the future, and a large part of AES's focus, while historically was probably focused more on the fossil side, is now completely focused on renewable generation. So solar, wind, and batteries is what the corporation is looking at. That's okay. That's okay.
He stops when he gets to Magnolia. He shuts down and
there we go. Okay. So as we expand our coastal enhancement program, which this is part of, we want to welcome our newest partner, although our historic partner, Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy. The AES Coastal Enhancement Program supports restoration of coastal wetlands in Huntington Beach, Long Beach, Seal Beach, and creates an environmental education and outreach program for local youth and families with an emphasis on delivering benefits to disadvantaged communities. Our program partners now include the Bolsa Chica Conservancy, the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy, Los Cerritos Wetlands Authority, and Tree People. Through the AES Coastal Enhancement Program and our partners, we seek to further our shared commitment to social justice by improving access to and restoring local wetlands, expanding those educational programs in communities to inspire and train the next generation of environmental leaders and stewards. In October 2021, we launched our first phase of our Coastal Enhancement Program for watershed improvement and benefit of underserved communities. In 2024, we've expanded that Coastal Enhancement Program with another phase that now includes our newest partner, the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy. To date, AES's total investment towards the overall program is just over $4 million. A portion of that will go to the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy to support existing and new restoration efforts of local coastal habitats, as John was alluding to, inclusion of tribal communities through cultural programs, and expanding stewardship activities for youth and families from disadvantaged communities, including underserved schools. An example of this is a restoration of the Talbot Marsh, which recently got permit approvals for the State Coastal Commission to address erosion and reverse the disappearance of coastal salt marsh vegetation and protecting refuge for more than 90 bird species. The roughly 25 acres of Talbot Marsh stretch between Berkhurst Street and the Santa Ana River Trail and is one of the 4 wetlands owned and maintained by the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy. At AES, we are deeply committed to delivering long-lasting social and environmental benefits to communities where we operate beyond our energy solutions, the things that we do daily. Through our partnerships, we can co-develop sustainable community solutions that address local needs while working together to advance just and responsible energy transition in the local communities in which we serve. In closing, I would like to thank Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy's John Villa for partnering with us and aligning with our Coastal Enhancement Program objectives. I want to acknowledge John and Sabina for their efforts in making this event and our partnership a great success. In addition to the AES team, which includes Tawe Wangbong-Panamit, Monica Garcia, who is in the audience, the local Southland team, which we've got a pretty good representation this afternoon, and the AES Global Communications team. Thank you.
Couple things before our mayor comes up. She's next. Another person we have here in the audience that's done a lot of work with the Conservancy, helped us out, will help out in these programs and other programs, is Stacy from OC Habitats. I want to say thank you, Stacy. So next, our lovely mayor, Gracie. She's going to come up, give us a little bit of information regarding the city and the relationship the AES has with the city. So, Gracie.
Thank you for the introduction. Could you hear me? You broke it. No? Yes?
It's hard. I couldn't hear it either.
No, it's not.
No, it's not working.
Okay, I'll speak really loud. I have a high-pitched voice, so hopefully you can hear me. No, it's still not working. I'm Mayor Gracie Vandermark, and I'm here to represent our beautiful city of Huntington Beach. And it is a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the continued partnership of the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy and AES. The city of Huntington Beach is proud to showcase our coastal landscape, which is deeply embedded in who we are as a city and our community. Our beautiful beaches and wetlands improve the quality of life in our community, attracting local residents as well as tourists who come from far and wide to enjoy these coastal gems. These visits benefit our local businesses, and when small businesses thrive in our community thrives as a whole. This is the ecosystem that we live in, and we are grateful to organizations like the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy for the work they do to preserve our coastal assets here in our city. Not only are they stunning and beautiful, these wetlands contribute to the quality of our life here in Huntington Beach in many ways. The Talbot Marsh, for example, offers the public walking and biking trail on the north perimeter of Brookhurst Street to the Santa Ana River Trail. Over 90 species of birds have been observed at the Talbot Marsh and other adjoining Huntington Beach wetlands. Thousands of migratory birds rest along the 4 marshes owned and maintained by the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy. And Huntington Beach residents and visitors alike get to enjoy our beautiful environment. Also, on behalf of the City of Huntington Beach, I would like to thank AES for its ongoing support of the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy and its mission to restore our wetlands. We celebrate the partnership between Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy and AES through the AES Coastal Enhancement Program, which we heard about earlier. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge AES for being a partner to the City of Huntington Beach with the following capital improvement projects. They helped us complete street improvements. They helped us with the Silly Park playground improvements, with the Eder Park improvements, with the Banning Branch Library Master Plan, and the Edison Park reconfiguration. Thank you, Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy and AES, for your positive contributions in the City of Huntington Beach. Thank you.
So we also have a couple of representatives here. So if I get Cooper Struhl from Assemblymember Diane Dixon's office up.
Hello everyone, I'll keep my comments short. My name is Cooper Struhl. I'm here on behalf of Assemblymember Diane Dixon, who represents Huntington Beach up in the California State Assembly. But on behalf of the Assemblywoman, I have 2 certificates of recognition for AES and the Wetlands Conservancy, just to commemorate the occasion and thank them for this great partnership that I think we're all honored to be a part of this event today.
Thank you.
So here's your...
From Senator Janet Nguyen's office, Austin.
Well, one state office and another, we're all kind of the same. We're presenting certificates just the way that the Assemblywoman's office is. Hey, on behalf of Senator Janet Nguyen, I want to congratulate you guys on this partnership. You've been working together for years to benefit our Huntington Beach community and to preserve our open space, which is so important to especially us Huntington Beach residents. So on behalf of Senator Janet Nguyen and the million constituents that she represents, congratulations on this partnership.